Good morning, afternoon and evening my crazies, and my name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome back to a Whips, Bits and Chat number 81 I believe. Right, so what have I got up for you guys today? Let's do ourselves a little video roundup to start with, and then we'll move on to some other bits and pieces. Now, things were a little bit different this week. I changed my upload time to 5 PM GMT, hoping that it would mean a few more of you got to see it, but it turns out it confused some of you. So you may have missed them. Okay, but there were 3 videos put up this week. The first one was a breast cancer aware pumpkin tag. Okay, now the video link to that will be up here for you. This one was showing these cheeky pumpkins off that I had made using a video tutorial from Dolly, the crafty yarn owl with Dolly. Okay, so her pattern is the main part of the main pumpkin. Now, she did say to add a stick, but of course, as we all know, I've got a Liam. Liam likes sticks and Liam likes chewing and then burying sticks. So instead, I made the stick part using a brown yarn. Now, in my video, which is the breast cancer awareness tag 1, where the link was up there, I show you how I did this section as well, so that if you wanted to modify the pattern the same way I have, you can do. Okay, now the link to both of the to crafty yarn owl with Dolly's video is in that video. Okay, so it will be in the description box and all of the other stuff. The next video up was the Crochet Nail number 56 and 60, and Simply a Crochet number 97 and 98, plus some pullouts as well. So it was a nice little collection of bits and pieces that I'd found on Facebook Marketplace. Now, 2 of those magazines I've already shown you, because it turns out I've got doubles. So keep an eye out. At some point I will have a little competition going where I'm going to start offloading some of my magazines that I've got doubles of. There's quite a few of them. The next video up was a yarn review. Now, it was the nature spun yarn that I had received from Affordably Crafty. So the link to that one is going to be up there, and of course that's what the pumpkins were made of. And then our last video, of course, was our Throwback Friday. Again, the link to that one will be up there as well. Also up this week were, of course, the 2 lives. The first one being on Tuesday evening at 7:30 GMT, which is just called PM Live. It's got a photograph of a dog dressed as a sheep. Okay, just to give you an idea. And then we had October's last chance. Now, this was the last chance, of course, to get your hands on accident prone elephant and iceberg patterns. That's right, I was getting rid of 2 of them this month and putting them into the vault. So there is a question on that live as well, so if you haven't had a chance to watch it and you want to go off and do that, go and do it. There's a question on there for you to answer in the comments section down below, which will give you the opportunity to get your hands on accident prone elephant or iceberg, or if you've already got those ones, Spooktacular and Webtastic are also up for grabs as well. Now remember, Spooktacular is my Halloween one. So all in all, not a bad week for videos. And of course, next week I have got videos coming out to you on roughly the same days. Now I'm going to be working on the tables at for the Royal British Legion this coming week, which means that I won't be as active when it comes to answering your comments straight away. Okay, I will be checking YouTube before I leave the house, if I have enough time, that is, and definitely when I get home. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit different this week. Now, the videos are going to be going back to the 10:30 time slot. I think it's just going to be easier, as the majority of you expect them out at that time. So that'll be all videos going out 10:30 and GMT and this coming week. And there's a bonus one, there's a tutorial, but it's not the Christmas tutorial that I promised. I will tell you about that in a little bit. Right, so what have I been up to? As I touched on a few moments ago, I made some pumpkins using our Dolly's video tutorial. Now what I did within my video was show you how, by using the same yarn, but just swapping out your hook or the amount of yarn that you're running with at the same time, how you can create 3 different size pumpkins. Okay, so the first pumpkin, okay, this one was made, I can't remember the size of the hook, the details are in the video, but it was made using 2 strands of this yarn, okay, and a hook, 1 hook. And then the next one was done using the same hook, the same yarn, but a different tension. I pulled it tighter. And then the third one, I dropped down the size of the hook and I dropped to only 1 strand because I was starting to get a bit low and I was unsure if I would have enough to double up again. So that is why they are all so diddy. Now, as I say in the video, I loved working the pattern. It's a really lovely, a really simple, and I knocked all 3 of these up in one evening, actually in under 2 hours. Okay, so 3 pumpkins in under 2 hours. That's not bad turnover, is it really? Right, so the next item up that's complete is the Diddy Baby blanket. Now this is a tutorial that will be out on the channel next week, or this coming week I should say. Okay, now the video has been done. Now I only did a swatch for the video, okay, but in the video it explains how to make it and the number count you're going to need to extend the size of the project, and of course how many I did to get my one. So here is my one. I'm not sure which way is up and which way is down anymore. Now there is no actual border added onto this one because the border is pretty much worked into the blanket, but you do have of course the option to add a border onto it if you wish to. Now this is called the Diddy Baby blanket. Okay, now this took me 2 evenings to knock up. That includes all the math, undoing it, redoing it, and undoing it some more. Okay, so 2 evenings and I had it knocked up. For me that is amazing because of course I'm used to working these guys. It might take me 2 weeks, especially if I'm videoing as well. But in total the blanket itself took me probably about 5 hours, and the tutorial took me just as long. I hate tutorials at the moment. Right, so let's bring this up for a little bit of a closer look. Okay, so as you can see here, this is made solely with double crochets. That is it, just double crochet. The only thing is where you put in the double crochets as you're working along the row. It's a really easy pattern repeat for the rows, and it's really easy repeat going up and down as well, which is perfect. Just the way we like it. Okay, so during the video I of course will be telling you to put standard double crochets in, and then when it comes to doing the textured stitch here, I've nicknamed them kisses on the video. They're just crossed double crochets. Okay, so I do use the proper term, I do write it on the screen, but I call them kisses because to me they look like little crosses, which in the UK we put in the bottom of cards and stuff, and they're called kisses. Okay, so that is that, and that is a quick project that you could knock up quite nicely. You just need 250 grams of yarn for the size I've got. If you want to upscale it or downsize it, you can do, because the stitch counts are within that pattern. And that will be coming to you on Tuesday. Now it's time for the whips. Now, all over Facebook at the moment are these worry worms. Okay, so I managed to find a pattern on YouTube for them. I will pop a link in the description box down below because I think I've run out of room up at the top. Okay, so these are worry worms. Mine are not completed, which is why they are by whip. They've still got their face to make and the ends to sew in, but they are really lovely, really easy and really quick. Within an hour, I've dropped some, but within an hour I've done 6. Okay, now I'm using some worsted weight yarn. Okay, so that's Aran for the UK. I'm using some leftover Aran, which is from this shawl, and I've barely touched it. It's probably going to make me about 30. So we'll see how we go. I'll do a count and see how many. But the idea behind these is that I'm going to make them up. I'm going to contact my daughter's old infants and junior school, see how many kids they've got in the school, and then I'm going to yarn bomb them, and I'm going to attach them to the entrances of the playgrounds, so that as the kids go in and they can nab one. It's going to be that simple. So of course now I've got to work out how I'm going to do the eyes, because of course the age groups there are from 4.5 to 11, so I don't want to be using googly eyes that I have to glue on, because they could get ripped off quite easily. So, and I don't want to add beads either, because of course again they could be a choke hazard. So now I've got to work out how I'm going to do it. It might just be a simple cross stitch face. Oh, they look rough when I do them. So as you eagle-eyed girls will know, and guys, just in case I've got one popped in to say hello, I have been using up the Cascades pinwheel, which was given to me by Jen B in our latest yarn swap. And out of that I managed to, of course, and get that cheeky little baby blanket, which is a bit too small. Look at it. That was meant to go over a baby in a baby carrier. Nah. Now I got my sizing completely off on this one, and I didn't do a swatch, and I was just mucking around, and so I'd used up a bit of the yarn there. And then of course the second item being the biddy baby blanket, so that used 250 grams of it. I have 400 in total. I still had some left over, so I decided I was going to start making a little dragon, because I thought, well, that's going to look really cute along with the little bitty like the little blanket. I can shove that with the dragon, and the dragon can be holding it, so it can be a bit of a comforter type thing. But of course I've decided I'm keeping the dragon now, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Now the dragon pattern that I'm making is this one here. It's called George the Dragon. There we go. It is out of a little extra book that I got along with issue number 42 of Crochet Now. Now if I'm lucky enough to be able to find this pattern on Ravelry or somewhere else, I will pop a link to it in the description box and down below. Now I was doing really well, gang. Really well. Body got done. And I still had loads of yarn, or at least it felt like it. So I did the head. Okay, now the head has got the eyes on, but they are quite large. So it's the body and the head were done. And I also managed to get the tail section done. All with the leftover pinwheel. And then I ran out. That was it. Done and dusted, and no more pinwheel. We are talking... That was, what was it? I was I'm doing the head, and that was it. I was playing a yarn chicken. How cool. I managed it. Right, so I was like, okay, what can I do? I need to still do the arms, the legs, the ears and everything else. So I went into my stash of bits and pieces I had left over and pulled out some of the boho signet, which was the leftovers from this cheeky guy up here, because I realised that the colours were very similar and the yarn was the same thickness. Okay, it's this bit silkier and it's got a bit of a shine to it, but other than that I think they're very similar. I haven't checked the care label yet. I haven't worked out whether I can put them in the wash together and if one's going to shrink and the other one isn't. But shh, we just won't go down that route. We just deny all of it, because of course it's going on my shelf, so it's not going to be going. I might hand wash it once and then it goes on the shelf and then that is it. So I haven't got to worry about transferring and telling people, oh, you've got to be careful because of X, Y, Z. Alright, so first things up I made were his wings. Now the first wing, it was a really flimsy, because they ask you to, well, they tell you to make one of these triangle sections, and then of course you add all your border and everything around it. It was too flimsy. It was all over the place. It didn't hold its shape at all in the slightest. So I made 2 of them, and then I worked my border around, working through both of them. So that's given me a very stable, what she says flapping it around, but a very stable piece, wing. So of course that's the outside, and look how cute that is on the inside. Only problem was I'm working with scraps, aren't I? So there's the outside, or possibly the inside, depending on what mood I'm in when I put it together. Because there's the other side. So that goes from a pastel blues and then into purple quite abruptly, actually, because I realised that the blue was just turning to the shade down here, which I wanted to use on the back end, and I was hoping it would go all the way through, but it didn't. So I cut it off and I used another scrap from another bit of the ball for this section, and then this bit was worked all in one piece, so you can see the gentle colour change there. So that's probably going to be the bit that's on the outside along with that bit there. So they nearly matched, didn't they? Me and my things have to match. This is going to drive me insane, this dragon. So yes, they were done, and then last night I made the arms. Okay, yep, they don't match either, but now I'm out of yarn again, so I've got to do another project with the boho spirit, so that I can have some leftovers to make his legs, his ears and everything else. That's not a bad thing, is it? So yeah, the dragon, I'm going to call him, oh, what did I think? I did think of a name for him. Scrap. Yeah, Scrap the dragon. So he's going to be called Scrap once he's finally made up. Right, we have got no prize draw this week because, of course, last week I didn't have no videos. Oops, bad me. So we have now got to go and jump on and do... Which one was it I'd said to do it on? The Where is Poppy Hiding video. So how many of you managed to pop over to that one and leave a little comment? Right, so I'm grabbing my URL and now I'm going to pop over to the random comment picker, stick that in, and I'm going to draw off 2 names from that video. So good luck everybody. Okay, so there was 16 comments in the video, so let's see who is number 1. Susan Sweet, congratulations darling, you've gone and done it. You are number 1. So let's just copy it quickly so I can shove that up at the end. Do. There we go, and now it's time to roll number 2. So good luck again everybody. And the second person to win was Jane Stevens. Congratulations darling, you're saying hope you're feeling better soon. You know what it's like to suffer with back pain, it's not nice, and take care. So congratulations to both of the girls today. If you can pop a comment under this video and then fire me off an email so that I can send you over your code. That would be brilliant. Right, you have 1 week from today to claim your prize. So congratulations again girls. That is it for me for today. I'm sorry it's short, sharp and sweet, but I want to get on with some crocheting before the hooks have got to be put down all of next week during the day, and I'll only have evenings to play. How unfair is that? But no, I'm off to do the poppy tables as of Monday. So I will see you all really, really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now everybody.